All right, welcome back to the 2021 Outrigger Big West Men's Volleyball Championship presented by the Hawaiian Islands. This is the Long Beach State Press Conference, and we have Long Beach State head coach Alan Knipe along with student athlete, senior outside hitter, Honolulu native Ethan Siegfried. Coach, we will begin with an opening statement and we'll open it up for questions after that.
Yeah, I think first of all you got to congratulate Santa Barbara on a well-played match, and it kind of really went our way in the first set. They did a good job of responding. So congratulations to Rick and to his guys. On our end, it was a tough night. It's one of those weird matches that everything kind of went our way early, and then it was a good response, and we kind of struggled to kind of keep constant pressure in all areas of the game, whether it would be offensively or our block and defense. But that's the deal. That's why we play the game, and I just don't want it to distract from how proud I am of my team. And I know every head coach at the end of this season will probably reflect of how much their team has been through, and it's probably all valid. I just got done talking to our guys and talking about how proud I am of them and the amazing things that they were able to do with such an incredibly late start. And I have so much respect for these gentlemen and what they were able to do this year and their whole career, but really just this season, and what our senior class, our Ethan and Simone Anderson, Ryan Poole, Matt Johnson, on their just being so unselfish and willing to do any role for us and just keep this thing going. Because for the most part, when we got back so late, it was done on grit, it was done on heart, it was done on just sacrifice, and we won a lot of different ways with a lot of different guys, and I'm so proud of them. So you look at the way the preseason started, and we start off when everything seemed normal as the number 4 team in the country. Preseason, all of a sudden, we're voted the number 5 team within our own conference, which I think in a weird way was great. I don't think our guys really appreciated that disrespect, and I think they played really, really well and showed that even after a couple of weeks that we weren't the 5 seed. So I couldn't be happier, and I wish Santa Barbara all the best moving forward.
All right, thank you, Coach. We will open it up to questions for either Coach or Ethan. And we will wait a second here to get our first question. Please use the hand raise function. And we'll go first to Mike Ordabasio.
Hey, Alan. You mentioned it, obviously, big flip after the first set. What can you share about what changed, tactically on their side, or, what the biggest difference between that first set was and the rest of the match?
Yeah, I think it was just an energy level. I thought, first of all, Santa Barbara dug a ton of balls tonight. They didn't block a lot of balls tonight against us, but they dug a lot of balls and turned those into points with just flat out effort. They got a lot of 6-year guys over there. It matters. They want to play for a national championship, and they made that flip a little quicker than we were able to, because obviously we didn't need to make the flip in the second. They did. And we learned a lesson with a lot of our young guys too. Of teams are on the brink and they're down. There's going to be a response. There's desperation, and I thought Santa Barbara's effort serving and their effort on defense gave them a lot of opportunities to score points, and they capitalized on. And then they just got the momentum. And from there, we were chasing momentum the rest of the match, and it was hard to get back.
Let's go next to Jonathan Bates.
A couple of questions for you, Ethan. First question, you started the season off as a serving sub off the bench, and now you're a starter. So can you reflect on the whole process for us?
Well, I'll just correct you. I didn't start this season as a serving sub, but over my career I did. And so I guess over my career it's been a great learning curve for me to understand the different roles involved with being on a team, and it's helped me grow tremendously as a player, to being able to try and find different ways to help on and off the court. So for this year, just being a 4th year and going through all those different roles, I felt it's helped me to level out when momentum hasn't shifted our way, and we needed to try and find ways to gain that back together and try and bring our team's energy back on our side and turn into points. So.
And then my second question, based on serving, you are, I would say, one of the most effective servers for Long Beach State. How frustrating was it to see Santa Barbara not succumb to the service pressure tonight?
I mean, it happens. They were prepping early on their serve receive, and they were taking big swings with some out-of-system sets, and got to give them credit to taking those good, smart swings. And we had to try and find a way to either stay cleaner with our block or make a little more effort on our defense. But credit to them, they were just dealing with the pressure really well, and they were taking really good swings at the net. So sometimes there's not really much you can do when they're feeling that much momentum in their way.
Let's go next to Dave Reardon.
Hi.
Dave, can't hear you.
Could you comment on Ryan's performance tonight, Ethan? You've known him a long time.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. We've played together for a long time, and I respect him completely on and off the court. And yeah, he did a really good job carrying a big load for their team over there. It's unfortunate to see that Roy McFarland wasn't as big of a contribution for them, but he was doing a great job just carrying that load, and all credit to him. I mean, there's not much you can say about it. He was just doing a really good job carrying their team. Yeah, all props to him.
Let's go back to Mike at the 562.org.
Hey, Ethan, you obviously had such a great career at Long Beach State, and we're a part of some pretty special seasons. Obviously, not the way you wanted it to end, and kind of weird, I guess, to be on the islands but with no fans allowed. Can you just kind of reflect on what your career has been like and what you're thinking about right now?
I mean, I couldn't be any happier to have the career that I had. First of all, fortunate to come into a team with guys with such great leadership like TJ, Kyle, Josh, Jordan, Lena, Nick Amato. All those guys have had such a huge impact on my career as a player on and off the court. So definitely grateful for what they've been able to teach me. And coming back as a junior, senior without them, it's been really just had a really fun time trying to learn how to be a leader as an upperclassman and taking what I've learned from them and trying to bring it back into the underclassmen coming in. So I couldn't be any happier with how the career has been. And it's unfortunate to go out losing like that, but there's lots of learning to be done, and so only positives with learning.
Let me add one thing, you guys, on that, especially since we're in Hawaii and Ethan's hometown. And when I came over to recruit Ethan, he sold me right away on the fact that he had a chip on his shoulder to prove everyone wrong that didn't believe that maybe it was his size or maybe it was this or whatever it might be. And he'll have two really nice rings to show everybody in Hawaii when he comes back. I don't mean that to the Hawaii volleyball program. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to all his friends and family and all the people that got to watch his career of the guy that people weren't betting on could do it. And when I find those guys that have that chip, I want him. So he came into our program and he served us into a national championship in Game 5 in 18. And he was on the court, winning the national championship as an outside hitter in 19. And when he has some time to reflect and everybody gets time to kind of take a deep breath and reflect on Ethan's career, he's a 2-time national champion, and he'll always be that.
We have time for a couple more questions, if there are any. We'll wait here for a second. Nothing else? All right. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.